All right, let's go ahead and do that one more time. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Welcome to the Banshee's Wail. We'll go ahead and kick it right off and hand it right over to Rob, our game master tonight.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you all for tuning in to Gremlins Take Ostenwold. In this one shot, we will be walking into a town looking for lodging for the night when our adventurers stumble on a few mischievous creatures. So, going in, giving a quick introduction, and I do apologize for my voice, but our characters arrive in a small town while traveling across the continent for a different destination. They find themselves on a cold winter's night, wandering near a small town called Ostenwold. It is the sun has set and night has fallen. As you approach the town, you can see small flickering lights of different colors. The town seems to be set up for the major winter holiday. You can see flickering little lights throughout the town, different colors of red, gold, and green. As you approach the town, you walk through it, a few housing settlements just outside. The main part of the town is across the frozen river. You have to go across the bridge. You can see this all when coming up upon it. And I will actually give you sight of Ostenwald, and your characters will be right here.
I see.
So your objective at the moment is to try and find lodging for the night to set back off in the morning, maybe wait a day within Ostenwald to replenish your stamina and some of your inventory for more travel.
I guess we should ask somebody. What do you think?
Yes. Cannot stand this chill anymore.
All right, Caecilius. So, um, Fang will go ahead and search the area and scan for the nearest townsperson to ask for lodging.
As you look down this road that you begin uh, walking down, or Caecilius has begun walking down, you don't see anybody out. You don't see any townsfolk roaming, well, walking about outside in this area.
Perhaps we should knock.
No, what did you say? It is just become night.
I'm gonna knock on this door.
All right, you knock on the door, and you don't get any reply back. You knock
Nothing.
a couple more times, nothing. It's dead quiet.
Perhaps we press on.
Aye, we should.
And did you say it was pretty well, obviously it's like chilly. Is it pretty snowy outside? Is the area pretty dense,
Yes,
covered in snow?
to give a description of the area, it is very cold. Not too cold to where it's inhibiting you, but it is just after a recent snowfall. The ground is covered in snow. The river that runs through Ostenwald is completely frozen over, as you were approaching, you did notice the large lake toward the west side is also completely frozen over.
I will try this house. Good evening.
As you walk up to the larger establishment, you walk up to it and you get no reply. The establishment you walked up to seems to be a large farm. You do see some animals outside in their corrals, just basically just there,
Mhm.
but don't see any townsfolk, any farmers around, and you get no reply knocking on the door. Uh, though, as you knock and you don't get any reply, as you're listening to hear something, you do hear some faint noise off in the distance
Mhm.
across the river in the main part of town. You do hear some almost like a ruckus of some sort, so some things kind of breaking about.
Hi, Caecilius. Maybe we should go and check it out. What do you think?
Yes, let's proceed carefully.
Fang will make his way down the street while paying attention and keeping his ear to the winds for any sort of ruckus.
Cross the bridge.
Okay, so you walk past a few more houses. You see outside of the houses there's some lamp post structures with the different colored flames, green, red, and gold. It seems like somebody is. It's a continuous flame that's constantly burning in these lamps that are lined across the roads.
Mhm.
That's the only real sign of light that you've seen. All the lights in the houses are all dead. It's dark inside of the houses.
Hmm. What do you think, Caecilius? The hairs on the back of my neck are beginning
Strange.
to stand up.
Strange that everyone's in bed so early.
It is quite early.
Can I try to listen in and try to see if that ruckus is continuing or kind of give it a second to see if it even comes back if it
Yeah.
isn't continuous?
Roll me a quick perception check as you try to listen in and see if you can hear any type of movement or anything.
You should cast guidance if you have it.
Well, with a 19, you you listen in. At first, everything is quiet as you're just listening. You hear just down the street from you, in this direction, some noise. Sounds like something got knocked over, something metal just clanged about.
I'm sorry, can you ping that direction? I was closing my character sheet.
Yeah, it was right over here.
Oh, I was too far zoomed in. Did you go to the east?
Oh, I might actually be my apologies, GM there. Right here.
Seems we found the source.
Aye,
And
we should go
now
check it out.
squeeze by these houses.
Okay. You come upon believe it's two structures. Or no, one larger structure. Um you come upon the house, walk around it, trying to find the source of the noise. You see a few uh essentially trash cans set up outside of the house. One of them knocked over, and as you look at it from a bit of a distance, so I'm actually going to move you back a little bit, about here. You were walking up to the area. You stop and look at the trash can that was knocked over, and out of it crawls a tiny creature. The creature is small in size. You've never seen anything like it before. It's got green skin. Its ears stand up tall. Uh, it's almost like it's got fur and scales covering its body.
Mhm.
And as you're just walking down, and you look at the creature that crawls out, it looks at you and lets out a screech.
Aye, cousin, what are you screeching for? I'm green and scaly just like you.
As it screeches, you can hear more screeching coming about around you. as more gremlins begin walking around different houses.
Oh, I don't think these are any reptilians.
And on that, they begin rushing toward you. Roll me initiative.
They don't seem to know you that well, Fang.
I
And
have this effect
for
on people.
the gremlins tonight, I'm just going to roll one-time initiative for the group. It's whispering. Let me change that back. Whisper. There we go. Okay. And let me roll the gremlins initiative. All right, so we're going to start off with Fang. The small creatures, all as they came about, all begin rushing at once in your direction. You can feel their intentions are not good.
It seems that they're coming in for a quick hug, but feel like maybe I should step back a little bit. Fang will hex this one right here. Ooh.
Not bad.
Let's go ahead and hit him with a Mind Sliver.
All right. Intelligence save.
Darn.
He does save.
And I'm going to go ahead and step back and give you some room. Room to work with.
All
And
right.
that
Well,
will
we're going
end
to.
his turn.
Perfect. We're going to go over to Caecilius.
Yes. Well,
You're not quite sure what Fang did, but then he steps back, and the gremlins are continuing to rush. You see, Fang has stepped back, they're more focused on you, at least majority of them.
Is each square still 30 feet?
We'll just use the grid as 5 feet at the moment.
Oh. Because I moved
Well,
back 30 feet. Maybe 10?
yeah, I wish they would have given a street map for this one. Yeah, we'll use each square as 10 feet for now. So you can adjust your character if you'd like.
oh, 10 feet per square? Okay.
Yeah, we'll use 10 feet per square.
It feels like I'm moving a bit too quickly if I move 2 squares.
So if I move over here, I can still hit this guy, even if I don't have like a pole arm or anything.
Yeah, you can hit that one.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and scooch over. First, do I have sight of him?
Yes, he's you when you were there, you noticed him on the other side of the house.
I'm going to cast a spiritual sword right in front of him where he's peeking over.
Get that for you here.
My bonus action. I'm going to do that at level 2 because that's the highest I can go. Perfect.
We got some new tokens, by the way. I think you'll enjoy them.
Nice.
You have control over it now.
Cast you first.
Your spiritual sword cuts down the little gremlin, dealing 8 force damage to it. Killing
And
the little guy.
one, oh, damn, easy. And the one in front of me, I'm going to one hand strike him with my Warhammer.
After your spiritual sword cuts down the small little gremlin, you swing your warhammer, or from top down onto the one in front of you, splattering it on the ground, killing the little guy.
Now we'll use the Warhammer to beat my shield and end my turn. Right where I'm
All
at.
right. All right. And then the gremlins begin to move. Three. The ones that are too far away initially dash to get close. As one sprints up and lunges and swings its claws at Caecilius. The nat 20 dealing 1 damage to Caecilius.
How
Does
dare
that
you?
even work?
-1 strength.
Oh, yeah, it does actually. That makes sense. All right. Well, we go back to Fang.
I'll reach out and swing with my dagger right at the immediate one right in front of me. Really?
It's directly in front of you, and it's not moving very quickly, but you thrust your dagger just in the nick of time. It ducks down. But then you realize that you are about 3 feet taller than it. It didn't have to duck down. You probably should have aimed lower.
And I will swing around to the side of it. So I'm still like catty cornered to it.
All right.
And we'll go ahead and call that me turn.
All right, Caecilius, we'll go over to you. You have 2 little gremlins around you. One of them has given you a bit of a nick on your skin, a little cut.
I will respond to the one who hit me with a Warhammer hit.
You hit. You hit it right on the head, crushing its skull.
And we are going to move the spiritual weapon over very slightly and hit this guy who ran upon me.
Go ahead.
Weapon. Mitt. Ooh.
Your spiritual weapon just glides over, hovering above the air. As the gremlins focused on you, your spiritual weapon comes in and swings at its mid body and just cuts the gremlin in half.
Bang. Do some damage, will ya? It's going to be my turn. You haven't been hit yet, have you, Fang?
Negative.
Okay. Yep, not going to move or anything.
Right. Then we go to the last remaining gremlin in this bunch. It runs over to Fang, leaps with its claws, and tries to attack at him. Rolling a nat 20 again, dealing 1 damage to Fang.
Arr!
Fang, how do you retaliate?
Swing at him with my dagger again. Doing 9 damage from the hex.
The gremlin leaped at you, clawed at your shoulder as it tries to jump off. You catch it mid-air and just stab your dagger into it. The body goes limp. You just kind of push it off of your dagger.
I'll wipe it on me, boot.
All right.
I'm going to call the spiritual weapon back and kind of sheath it even though I know it'll disappear.
Your spiritual weapon dissipates, and combat ends. It goes quiet again for a moment. Shortly after, just after the battle ends, down the street, you see two humans and a dog begin running in your direction. Get them here. Ignore how creepy their tokens kind of look. I didn't make them. One of them runs up to you. Oh my god, thank you. Thank you for dealing with the little gremlins.
I point my warhammer at the other human and the dog, and the one that ran up on Fang, and I say, "Please explain. We just got into town."
Oh yes, let me explain the whole thing to you. You look at the boy. He's about 14 years of age, kind of short, brown hair. He's a bit distraught. His clothing is torn in certain places. The other human that went up with him is a female about the same age as him, and they're a mastiff, a dog following them behind.
Have any of you been hurt?
No, we're all fine, luckily. To explain the situation quickly so that you guys can help, hopefully. A few weeks ago, my dad brought me home a gift from a distant land. He travels a lot. He told me that it was a mogwai and that it came from a far-off plane. The one I got, I named it Gadget. It was very friendly. However, my dad gave me 3 simple rules that he was told to follow with it. Never get it wet. Don't put it in bright light. And don't feed it between the hours of midnight and dawn. I accidentally got it wet earlier tonight. Well, earlier in the day. And then it started multiplying. And then they started eating the food in the house. And they kind of turned into these little things that you guys just dealt with. Now they've been attacking the town. A lot of people have gotten hurt, and most of them are now hiding out, staying in their homes, kind of boarding up. Can you guys please help us defeat the gremlins before they continue to multiply and possibly attack other people? Please, I feel really bad. I feel like this is my fault.
Aye. So we can't get him wet, right?
No, please do not get them wet. They'll only multiply into more.
All right, Caecilius. You should try your come-ons to him. That's for sure not to get him wet.
Sounds like an extermination mission. Let's do it. Is Gadget with us any longer?
As you say that, you can hear rustling in his backpack as this cute little furry creature pokes its head out. It's brown and white fur. It has really big, adorable eyes, kind of humanoid lips, and it looks at you and just kind of waves a little bit.
I wave back at Gadget. So, you got this creature wet, and then these things multiplied off of Gadget as separate entities?
Yes, exactly. But they looked like Gadget originally until they started eating all the food in my house. And then they started turning into the things you just saw. Gadget hasn't eaten anything right now, and I won't be feeding him until tomorrow morning, so you don't have to worry about him.
Good. Well, let's go get started before these things tear down the town.
Where should we start first?
I'm not sure. There was almost like a leader to them. One that kind of took charge in guiding them through the town. Uh, he looked the same, but he had a really large white mohawk somehow. He was bigger than the rest, just slightly. He took charge. I don't know where he is. I think if we can deal with him, the rest should be easy to kind of deal with on their own. I think he's kind of leading them and multiplying.
Where was the last time that you seen him? Where was he?
The last time I saw him was toward the west side of town. Before I had to run home, I had chased them, but then I had to go back home. I don't know where he went since then.
All right, I say that we start searching on the west side of town where he was last spotted.
Yes. Let's track the alpha.
Are you guys going to come with us, or are you going to stay?
No, we'll come with you. We want to help in any way we can.
Aye, we'd appreciate the help. Every little
though-
bit helps.
Though we aren't really up for fighting. We're not too good at it.
That's fine. You could carry all the dead bodies.
Oh, yeah. I can do that.
Children, there are plenty of ways to be of use without swinging a weapon.
Sure, yeah.
Be ready to use your wits and your mind.
He walks over to a nearby shed and comes out with some burlap like sacks. Uh, I guess these should work for cleanup. And then him. Oh, and my apologies. By the way, my name is Billy, and this is my friend Kate. Billy and Kate walk over and just kind of start grabbing the gremlins' bodies and putting them in the sacks.
Aye, sounds like a morbid duty, but somebody's got to do it.
We can dispense of them later. To the west.
Make little stew out of the little green man. Let's go. Caecilius, lead the way.
Billy, Kate, Gadget, and Mastiff follow behind. All right. And you begin going west, following the road. As you approach, if you wouldn't mind just moving like a couple spaces back up. Perfect. Uh, they're not really hiding about. You can see some of them dancing about and throwing things all over the town. There's quite a few gremlins about.
Let me go ahead and take the lead with my breath weapon. I've got this,
Go ahead,
Caecilius.
Fang.
So I'm
hold
gonna
my shielded
sneak
hand out
up
in front of
as best as I can. I'm gonna sneak up around Caecilius over to the largest portion of them. Should I run a stealth check or anything to kind of get right up to him?
Yeah,
Like
so
around the corner.
You take the hide action. So you hide about and you stealthily walk toward the gremlins. Let me see their passive. Okay, roll me a stealth check.
Ooh.
They're so distracted with just causing mayhem. They have no idea you're around them.
All right. So I'll sneak up to where they're like right here, like I'm on this house on the corner of it, and I kind of peek out. And I'm going to go ahead and ooh, I didn't do it. But let's see. It's the damage. So it looks like okay. So I'll throw my breath weapon, which is a D10. So
Okay.
we'll throw that out. It's 5 damage, and it's 8 plus Constitution, which is 1, so 9. Proficiency bonus, which is 2, so 11.
Okay,
That
11.
is really bad.
Yeah, Dragonborn go off con a lot.
DC 11 Constitution. Dexterity save.
Yeah, dex save just to avoid it. So you exhale this magical energy in a 15-foot cone. We'll say it hits these 4.
Half as much
think
on
I-
a save, by the way. Half the
Yeah.
damage on a save.
So 5. So let me just. I'm going to roll once for those 4.
Okay, cool.
see here. Deck save. They're all caught up, have no idea you're about. Probably should have done it at disadvantage anyway. Would have. But they did fail. And you exterminate 4 gremlins. The others hear you exhale your breath weapon and turn around and begin to rush toward you. Roll me initiative.
I order Billy, Kate, and Mastiff to stand back
Mess.
and to hide, if they can.
Did they give the Mastiff a name?
Yeah,
We'll call the Mastiff Bud from here on.
Jesse, it's really unfortunate that you had to run into that situation, but yeah, I've never tried it on an iPad. Roll20 only ever on PC or MacBook. That's good to know, though. Thanks.
And Mark, I'm going to need you to roll initiative again, just for the tie. Gremlins, take it. So the gremlins, after 4 of them are fallen from Fang's breath weapon, rush toward Fang. 2, 3, 3. And make attacks at him. They do have a thing where if they attack as a pact, they have advantage. As they run up, we will have the first one go at normal, making a claw attack. Fang dodges out of the way. The second runs up, going beside the first, making its attack. Fang avoids it nimbly. And the third also misses Fang.
So pack tactics.
Yeah, back tactics.
Figured.
That totally makes sense.
Fang,
Hi.
how do you retaliate?
I'll go ahead and bonus action move my hex onto this one right here. The one just to the west of me.
There you go.
All right, let me re-roll my hex for damage. Would be 3. And then I shall swing at him with me dagger.
You swing at the gremlin with your dagger, and you just barely miss it.
Darn. Well, that'll end it for me turn. Caecilius, handle me light work.
If he hexes something, I still get extra damage to it if I hit it, right?
No, it's just him.
It's just him. That's what I thought. I'm gonna go ahead and blast that guy with some sacred flame action,
All right.
and it'll be a dex saving throw of 13. Whack damage.
He sees the sacred flame coming directly at him and tries to jump out of the way, but he actually just jumps forward, and the sacred flame hits him in the face. And he just, as a crispy little gremlin, falls to the ground.
Oh. And that will be my turn. I will actually shift over a little bit here. And then end my turn.
All right. The 2 remaining gremlins, gremli, attack Fang. One of them finding a mark, dealing 1 damage. Their little claws just getting little cuts in Fang's armor, his scales. Fang, one of them damaged you. You don't like that.
I do not.
What do you do?
I'll go ahead and reach out on the one that I've hexed and swing with me dagger again.
The gremlin are not strong, but they are nimble. He dodges your dagger.
I'll call that the end of me turn.
All right, Caecilius.
Let's see. He has not taken any damage, right?
He looks fresh as a newborn baby.
A newborn bear.
Let's hit him with Toll the Dead so that Fang doesn't get burned by a spiritual weapon. And that'll be 2d8. Or is it 2d8? 1d8?
Oh, what are you doing one more time?
Toll the Dead.
Fill it.
1d8. Okay.
Yeah, if they haven't taken damage, it's the lesser.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's a wisdom save.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, sorry, my apologies. Let me just re-roll that. Got it anyway. Yeah. He succeeded. He does not hear the tolling of the bells.
That'll be my turn this round.
All right. It's a slow dance, but the dance of combat continues, and the gremlins both attack at Fang again. One of them hitting in around his mage armor, causing 1 damage to Fang. Fang, they're like annoying little mosquitoes at this point.
I'm going to go ahead and cast Sacred Flame on the one right in front of me, the one that's hexed.
All right. And it's normal. It does not dodge the flame and dies.
Well, that's all that I can do for this turn, so we'll go ahead and actually I will I'll hex the one just down to the south. Might as well. Bonus action. Move my hex. And that will end my turn.
All right, Caecilius.
Is Fang in the way if I fire Sacred Flame?
No, you can hit it.
Do that then toward the hexed gremlin. Almost a max roll. Damn.
Your sacred flame strikes next to the gremlin, creating a little singe on the house behind it.
Fang, how are you on health?
Oh, I'm just fine. Barely a scratch.
I will end my turn then.
All right. Well, no friends about to the gremlin. Okay. The gremlin disengages and tries to run away from Fang in fear. Fang, you see the gremlin running away toward the bridge.
Oh, as he... Sorry, I was deleting a comment from the chat. So he took off?
Yeah, he disengaged from you and began running toward the bridge.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll go ahead and chase him down with me Sacred Flame.
All right. Your Sacred Flame hits him in the back.
Plus the Hex, which would be 2 more damage. All right. Woo!
Yeah. Hey. Enough to kill.
Exterminated the wee beasties.
As they see it's safe, Billy and Kate run over with burlap sacks and just start stuffing little gremlins into the sacks. One by one.
Fang, hold still.
All right, I will.
And then I extend my finger and I place it right on his shoulder and use my ASMR healing hands, giving him 3 HP back.
Hey, thank you for topping me off with that boop.
Perfect. Yeah, you did find a use for it.
Yeah, I know.
All right. What are you guys going to do from here?
Continue west, I suppose.
All right. You both try and locate the mass of um, gremlins, trying to find the source of them. So trying to multiply. Um, Give you an idea on where to go further. One of you decide to roll either an investigation, a nature, a persuasion, or a survival check.
Hey, what?
Either investigation, nature, perception, or persuasion, or survival.
I actually hit Fang with some guidance.
And I shall hit it with my persuasion. Rolling an extra d4. It's a 1, so 14.
Okay. And roll me one more persuasion.
All right.
And use the guidance.
Yep. It's a 15.
Perfect. And one more persuasion. Top it off. And the guidance.
9.
9. Okay. And then I just need from Fang one more time a perception check. Very good. All right. So as you begin heading west, you do notice some movement in one of the houses. You decide to go up to the window where you saw the movement, and you can see two humans, a male and a female, crouched down. They look at you. The window cracks open, and they ask what you want. You explain the situation to them, and uh, the Ostenwalders share that they saw many gremlins heading to the northwestern part of town. They aren't quite sure where, but they crossed the bridge and continued on the road out of town.
I'll look over at Caecilius. Aye, Caecilius, it sounds like we know where we're headed.
To the northwest it is.
Thank you for your time, folks. Please go back
Seems
to being
they've
safe.
taken one of the larger estates.
They both nod at you and close the window and go about hiding some more.
I look back to the freeloaders behind us. Hi, freeloaders. Please feel free to follow us to the northwest. We have a tip. Let's go.
Oh yes, we'll be right behind you guys. Thank you.
Cross the bridge.
So that must mean they're either at the apothecary's hut or the Beard and Barrels brew house. Billy lets you know.
Let me go ahead. I don't know if this would help, but it's worth a shot. Let me go ahead and cast Detect Evil and Good.
It would not in this case.
Okay. Can I call that my one?
Yeah, no.
What about Detect Magic?
Nope.
Okay.
They are not any of those types of creatures, and they're not really magical.
I will keep my... I'm gonna go ahead and put my ear to the wind and listen for the Gremlins theme song.
You hear the wind blowing. Seems like a small hum, but nothing really. No. Let me see. Do me a perception check.
All right. Not the best.
Yeah, no. Nothing. You don't really hear anything. You
You
don't see
should be
anything
able
walking up
to.
the road.
Oh no, the
Uh,
guidance wouldn't even help.
you, yeah, the guides would help. I would ask for it. You see as you're walking up the road, it begins going uphill. Uh, you can see the brew house just over here. Billy says that's where they brew all the alcohol that the town sells to other places. Right now they're making I believe it's called eggnog. Um, I don't know if the Gremlins might be there. There's also an apothecary's hut outside of town. If you follow the road, they could also be there. I'm not really sure. Might as well search both, right?
I agree.
Yes,
This
perhaps at the
eggnog
brew
sounds.
house, these creatures have fallen into a drunken stupor. Or try to peer in the windows of the brew house, or just try to listen in. Maybe detect some shadows of gremlin heads or something.
All right, you quietly make your way up to the brew house, sneaking about, trying not to clank your metal armor too loudly. Roll me a stealth check.
Can I
Just a
hit myself
normal.
with guidance?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
For both of us or just him?
I think you can only apply it to one, unless you know guidance as well.
No, I mean the stealth check.
Oh, just him.
Okay.
Let's say he walks up and go ahead for it.
Did you say normal?
Yeah, just a normal.
Okay.
Oh, apparently it
Oh, it
automatically does
automatically
it.
did it. Yeah.
Okay. Automatically did it at disadvantage. This is the heavy armor. I actually
Ching,
kind of like that.
ching, ching, ching. I'm
Clink,
being
clink.
stealthy.
Well, as you approach, Fang can hear your armor clanking about as you walk up to the brew house, but you peer in through the window, and they're so enamored that they go off the first roll for you. They have no idea that you're staring at them outside the window, even though you're not even crouched down at this point. You're just standing in front of the window, menacingly like Michael Myers, looking in at them. Uh, you just see gremlins in different tubs. They're completely thrashed. Have obviously gotten into the eggnog and are partying about. You can hear laughter as things are being thrown about. Uh, you can see lots of liquid spilled all over the ground. The entire brew house is completely trashed.
Are there any signs of a particular mohawked gremlin?
You look about the gremlins you can see, and you don't see him in that group.
Well, Fang, it seems like we could always come back. These ones seem like the least threatening bunch. Or we could just take them out now. What do you think?
I vote that we kill everything. Just to be sure. I'd rather kill everything than have it be behind us.
Too bad you used that breath weapon of yours.
I did waste 4 of them at the same time with it, though.
How about a guiding bolt in there, my friend?
With that
To
one,
wake them from their drunken
I don't have that many spell slots left on me. I'll go ahead and save it for our final fight. For this mohawked individual. But I could go ahead and lead off with... let me see. Nah, nothing that would quite get more than 1. But I do have a few things that may eliminate 1 or 2.
Very well, then.
Looks like only 1. Up to you.
I say we go and find the Alpha. We can always come back to these guys.
Off to the Alpha it is.
Wave at Billy, Kate, and Bud. and inquire with them where the apothecary's home would
They
be.
said it was along this path at the end. It
Ah,
looks like I can see something way beyond through the trees. I can't quite see what it is, but it looks like another building.
Yeah, if we just follow the road directly northeast, it winds about either way and goes to the apothecary's place. Also, I don't know if
very
it's the
well.
accent, but I just imagined the McManus brothers just looking at in this brewery, trying to decide how they're going to break in.
Hi, bring your fucking rope.
That's how it is, Rambo. Oh
Ah,
god,
is
my throat
that
hurts.
right, Rambo?
Ugh. Here's the third one that's actually been confirmed. I'm excited for that. All right, the group of you move up, following the road northwest. Does branch off, but both circle around, and you find yourself at the apothecary's hut. Let's see here. Apothecary's den. It is a small cabin on the outskirts of the town. It is sectioned off. You can see there's it's gated around. A few different types of herbs grow about a large garden outside of it. You don't hear anything when you walk up onto the place. It's very quiet.
All right, I vote that I sneak up on it this time. You didn't seem too successful last time.
I'm gonna hit Fang with guidance before he goes.
Okay.
Fang
Bang.
will approach the apothecary building and try to see if there are any windows that I can peek in.
There are a couple windows. So you enter in through the gate and you take a look. There's a couple windows that you can see in through. You do sneak up onto the premises. Um, but when you look through the windows, there isn't much you can see. No, you have dark vision, correct?
This character I do not
Not a
does not.
dragonborn. Not yet.
Didn't your Dragonborn do it?
Not yet. Mm-mm.
Wow, they didn't give gem drop. Huh. And a dark vision. Interesting.
Mhm.
You peek in through the windows. Oh, you can see a figure slumped over there's a couch on the far side of the room. You can peek in through the windows. You can see a figure there that's not moving. And it's larger. It's a human figure.
Okay.
It is dark inside.
All right. I'll move along the outside of the house and signal for Caecilius to come up to that point because I can kind of get there safely.
Yeah, I can
But
actually
quietly. I'll kind of pat my hands towards the ground and tell him quietly. And I will
move you guys
continue
real
along.
quick.
Okay.
There is another map for the apothecary's den. That should help. And as you walk through the gate, there was a window right at the front of the establishment. It's what you were peeking through. So let me put it
Okay.
here. And bam. All right. you guys over. Say it real quick. Feet. There you go. Okay, can both of you see?
Aye.
Yes.
All right. There you go. You can continue on.
All right. Well, I'll go ahead and begin peeking around the corner. I'm just going to keep on moving along quietly. Quietly as I can. See if I can see anything over here. Are there any windows up here on the front of the house? Or anything that I can peek into?
You one window right here.
All right.
There's some of the blinds are from the inside. Curtain is kind of blocking your view, but you can see a little bit more inside. What is I don't know why they added that there? You can see inside. You just see the one figure slumped over the couch. Um, you don't see any other movement or anything like that. It's very, very quiet. You don't see anything else moving about.
All right. I'll go back to grab Caecilius. Oh, he's right here. It looks like he was following me. Is there a door? Is this the front of the house where the door is, or have I passed it yet?
Let me get back to you real quick. The front door to the house was actually, I don't know if you can see it, on this side.
Okay.
I kind of shifted it to your left is north.
Gotcha. Okay, Caecilius, let's go ahead and head back to the front door. It appears as though somebody inside may need our help.
Very well. Let's see. Moment.
And I will go to quietly unlock, or go to open the front door quietly.
You quietly open the front door. It's not locked. It just opens.
Okay. I will step into the house and scan.
All right. You walk into the front of the house. It's a large front room. You can see it includes the cabin's kitchen as well as a common area. The apothecary is slumped over on the couch. She is awake and alive. She looks over at you and says, "Have you come to help?"
Aye, I have.
Ah. You see she's clutching at her side, her ribs, blood covering her hand.
Can
The
we
woman,
do a medicine check to see the extent of her injury?
yes, go ahead.
Let's see.
You tell her you want to look at her wounds. She doesn't fight against it.
Medicine.
You can tell she is gravely wounded. It's a deep wound.
Are we able to hit her with cure wounds or um
Yeah, you can do whatever,
okay.
whatever you would like.
Hold still, woman.
You cast Cure Wounds on the apothecary, healing her for 8 health. You place your hands on her, and a green light emanates around. Her wound seals shut. Her skin melds back together. She's perfectly fine now, and thanks you, and says that you should learn some manners.
I will keep it in mind. Can you tell us what happened? Were you attacked by these evil little demons?
She explains that yes, the gremlins attacked her and slipped through the trap door in her storage room, heading down into the underground tunnels. She says that you need to stop them. There's a water source down there. The rest of the water in town has been completely frozen over, but down there is a source of water cut out to where they could be using it to multiply themselves.
Use your manners and say, please, can you stop them?
I'm gonna go ahead and head downstairs already. What do you flirt, Caecilius?
As Fang begins to walk away, she points toward that door.
Aye. All right. Fang
And
opens
as
the
you
door.
walk by her, she grabs your arm and hands you a necklace. And you can see on the necklace, it's a black cord with a single red and yellow, almost like the colors are moving around on the bead itself. A bead in the center of it. I was saving this for a special occasion. I think this is that occasion. If you see a group of them, throw this at it.
Aye, so throw it at him.
Yes. It should deal with quite a few of them if they're close together.
All right. Thank you. Homemade explosives. Just exactly what I needed.
I'm going to go outside and wave everyone in. Let them know we found something.
Billy, Kate, Bud, and Gadget come in. You explain the situation to them, and they say they think it's best that they wait up here while you go and deal with the group of gremlins.
Very well.
Fang will step in, open the hatch, and look back at Caecilius and say, "Are you coming with me?"
Of course.
I will open the hatch leading to the lower level and peek my head in just to make sure that the coast is clear, and then pop down if everything is safe.
You peek down, you don't see anything moving down below. And let me get you guys. We'll move you one at a time so I don't put one of you in the wall. You climb the ladder. All right. You climb the ladder down and find a series of underground tunnels carved out. Down below, you can see some tables set up with herbs and mining gear. A lot of it has actually been knocked over and thrown onto the ground. And you can hear some chatter, laughter further in the tunnels. It's kind of echoing about,
We're
basically.
getting
Something a little
close.
like that. All right. So I will take the hide action and try to sneak down the ladder. Walk down the ladders as stealthily as Fang can.
You quietly move down the ladder, and you don't see anything in front of you. Nothing you've drawn attention to.
Hey, Caecilius, what do you say we roll the dice and let the fate decide as to which way we go? I say
Yes.
odds left, evens right.
Very well.
Odds it is. Left it is. And I will start moving my way down the left tunnel.
All right.
Paying great care to stick as close to the walls as I can and kind of slip into every little nook and cranny.
You quietly move about and roll me a stealth check real quick.
All right.
Me too.
No, just fine.
Oh. Not very stealthy.
Caecilius tells you should be quieter, but nothing comes of it.
Okay.
No, you're not alerting anything. But you do come to the end of the section in the room. You can see it drops down to a lower part here. There's a few chunks of the floor that are risen about that you could hop over across to get to the other side. Through here is a frozen section of water.
All right, Caecilius, how do you fancy yourself at skipping across large rocks?
Shouldn't be an issue.
All right. Fang will attempt to jump across the rocks to get to the other side.
All right, roll me an acrobatics check.
13.
You hop over easily.
I'm going to hit myself with some guidance first. Since I'm not proficient. Can I do athletics?
No, acrobatics. Strength doesn't get you far when you're trying to jump between pillars and balance.
Come on, Dick Grayson. Just make it across the pillars already.
More like Bane trying to.
Okay, I'm not going to hit him. Well,
He hops onto the first pillar and lands just on the side of it, and it crumples under the weight of him and his armor. Why he jumped toward the side of the pillar, none of us will know.
Straight into it.
But he falls down. You can hear the loud clank of armor behind you.
That'll probably get somebody's attention.
how far down am I?
Just like 10 feet.
I'll come back and help him up. I'll reach my arm down and say, come on, Caecilius, let's not be going to trying that again. Take
All
me
right,
arm.
Fang extends his hand down. Caecilius grabs hold, and you yank him up. His face that you can see under his helmet is a little red.
I think my ass is broken.
Is it red from embarrassment or hitting the pillar?
Yes. Let's go.
All right.
Find these heathens.
Which
Should we
way?
do a perception check to listen in and see if we hear any of that laughter?
Yes, you can. And you can still have your guidance up.
For 1 minute.
And pop the guidance. All right, just enough. As you walk to the middle of the next room, you listen in, and you can hear off in this direction. It seems to be where the noise is coming from. You can hear singing and dancing, festivities, and you can actually hear something playing the lute. You can hear strumming, terribly, absolutely horrid playing, but they're singing and dancing about with it.
I tap Fang on the shoulder and I give him a nod toward that direction. And we start heading that way.
You go ahead and take the lead, Caecilius. I'll follow Caecilius.
And what are these? Are these just a bunch of rocks?
Yeah, it's just rocks.
Okay. I'm going to step over them carefully, even though they're not going to make a ton of noise. I don't want them clanging against my armor.
All right, and can you see in the room now?
Yes.
All right, so you turn into the large part of the cave, and you can see, like I said, gremlins singing and dancing, heavily enamored, have no attention toward you. Though you can see off in the distance, one by one, some gremlins are using a rope and pulley to dip each other into a small puddle of water in part of the cave. Right? And you see that they dip one, and
Caecilius, remember, I have the
three
explosive.
more pop out.
That's probably how we should start this off.
All right, let's go ahead and kick it off with a bang, shall we?
Oh, yes.
I will creep up as close as I can get for Fang without them noticing me.
All right.
And how far would you say that I can throw that explosive? Like from here to the middle of these guys, do you think?
You could throw it right there.
I can't see that far. I can just see in the middle of this giant group.
Here, I will be right back in 2 seconds.
Let's see. You can tell that the two gremlins right here are so enamored and not paying attention. Their backs are turned to you. If you wanted to, you could get closer and use this pillar to hide behind.
Holy shite. Okay.
You could throw the bead about yay far. You can see at the I think, south side of the cavern is a larger gremlin strumming about a lute violently. He has a large white mohawk going across the top of his head. He has yellow stripes going across his face.
Let's see. Let's see. So she never told me what the explosive radius on this explosive was, right?
Nope.
Okay. So I'm just gonna guess that right here would probably be the most effect, like right there, probably in this open spot right here. And I will chuck the explosive right here to set down right in the middle of this huge group right there.
Okay, perfect. Roll me. So you throw the bead from the necklace out into that area. None of the gremlins notice it fly across the air. You can hear it tap the ground, kind of like a rock, just little tapping on the ground.
Ting, ting, ting.
And it explodes outward in a large fireball. Roll me 10d6.
Holy cow. There's 5. And there is 5 more. 28.
And we do never whisper. Audible.
Careless whisper?
Auto always whisper. No. Bam. The bead explodes into a large ball of fire, burning all of the gremlin in the room to a crisp. Let me move you back a second.
Delete.
Can I move up a little bit?
Yes, you can. You heard a very large explosion and a wave of heat rush over you.
Hold my shield up and then I look over.
Where once you saw gremlins singing and dancing, is just burnt, scorched earth and some ashes scattered about the room.
Impressive. It's going to be fun to see that in the brewery later.
Well,
It doesn't come to Caecilius that you only had one bead.
I guess Caecilius, we that was quite the effective bead. What do you say we step in and have some fun?
Absolutely.
I can't really see anything in this room anymore, so I have no vision.
I can't see too much either.
No, you both cautiously walk into the room and look about, and there's nothing now. The earth, the ground, the ceiling at the top, and even some of the wall has been scorched as the large explosion of fire has burnt everything in the room to a crisp.
Well, I think we've eliminated the pest problem. So I'll go ahead and listen to see if I can hear anything else, any nearby gremlins or any noise of any kind that would signal us that gremlins are about.
Roll me a perception check.
With 17.
You can hear little bubbling sound at the water just to the south of you. As you get close, you can see a gremlin with his head under the water, just cowering, hiding under the water.
What do you say you go and yank him out by his collar, Caecilius?
I look over at the gremlin and I just make a little come hither motion with my index and middle finger together.
As the gremlin steps out of the water, it leaves the water, and another gremlin pops off of him, lands and stands up.
That's more like it. Can I fire a sacred flame at the gremlin closest to me?
Yes, you can. And it hits. And there's one gremlin left.
I will bonus action hex him
Go ahead.
and hit him with a frostbite. A DC 14 Constitution save. Taking 7
with
damage.
Those, you have eliminated the last of the gremlin in the room.
I feel as if we should do something of this water. Can you possibly freeze it over in case there are other gremlin hiding in there or running about?
Well, the water didn't seem too deep. Maybe we should just jump in and check. I'll go ahead and step into the water just to check it and make sure that there's no other gremlins hiding inside of it.
You step into the water. It really just as you step in, it's deeper than you initially thought. The gremlin was kind of just floating up. It goes to about chest height, so you have to go under to see, and you don't see any more gremlin.
All right.
What about over here? Like there's a
No,
little more water.
you can tell this is where the water's coming from. It must lead to the lake. There, there aren't any more gremlin, unless you want to swim through the entire lake under the ice,
Nah.
depending on how long you can hold your breath.
I think we're good. Maybe we should go back up and report our success.
Yes.
We'll investigate the area, see if there's anything left over that we can loot.
It's all this up here.
That is. Honestly, no clue. So, just part of the map.
Okay.
Must be some kind of good that the apothecary keeps down here.
Mm-hmm.
Some sort of creature he's selling.
But you investigate the rest of the cavern just to be cautious, and you don't find any more gremlin. You go back up to the top and report what happened to the apothecary. She thanks you, and you and the children go off through the town one by one, eliminating the rest of the gremlin. The town thanks you. You are given lodging for the night at no charge whatsoever, and welcomed to stay as long as you would like, through the holidays even, at no charge. Each of the townsfolk bring you food, gifts, gold, everything for saving their town. Saving Ostenwold. Thank you all for playing.
Awesome.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
You guys want to hang around on the stream for about 5 minutes and just kind of, I don't know. Did you notice anything when you were creating this character, Jake?
What do you mean?
Anything different that, like, because I just found the frostbite cantrip. Because I went aspect of the tome, or pact of the tome rather. Dude, this frostbite cantrip is legit, right? So you cause numbing frost to form on one creature that you can see within range. The target must make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, the target takes 1d6 cold damage, and it has disadvantage on the next weapon attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn. The spell's damage increases by 1d6 when you reach 5th, and so on and so forth. But giving them disadvantage and attacking plus hex, and if like you hit him with like a mind sliver before that so that it reduces his saving throw, dude, like this is
Yeah, it was pretty nice.
before we step into like 5.5 like I'm really having some fun with utility on these celestial warlocks. Thanks, Jesse. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Thank you, Jesse. No, I didn't really notice anything with the cleric, really. All stuff I'm pretty familiar with, really.
You didn't try anything new on this cleric?
I tried, but I always try to be maybe a little too careful with my spells. Like I took like blindness, deafness, and I always take like hold person and stuff like that. But
Hold person, I couldn't find a situation to use it with this one. Let me go ahead and bring up my character sheet
really
so that people at home can see.
Generally more that's for a big bad, well, not necessarily a big bad, but a larger target.
I kind of have a weird thing where like I take a lot of spells and one shots that don't end up being like very, very helpful for that one shot. Like I had lesser restoration, spiritual weapon kind of helped. Yeah, I had like detect magic, healing word, cure wounds, and bless, and that was really it.
Dude, but you never know what you're gonna need, really.
Yeah.
Walking into the world.
Yeah. For those at home, what do you guys think? What's your favorite classes? Jesse, do you have a favorite class?
I've been playing Wizard a lot lately. It's a lot of fun.
Nice.
I mean, I know Jake at least knows my favorite class.
Yes.
Is that your sniper class, where your assassin class, where you just nuke everything from stealth?
Yep.
I mean, I just love playing rogues altogether. It doesn't have to be my sniper rogue, but yeah. Yes.
So what is it with your like -10 steady aim, Jake? What is it with that one? That like turret one that you were playing with in Reawakening?
Oh, that was a
Oh, steady
sharpshooter.
aim. Yeah, sharpshooter.
So sharpshooter gives you a -5 to your attack roll, but gives you +10 damage if it hits on any attack. Well, ranged attack with it.
Yeah, that is a huge knock to hit. So Jesse's
There's
favorite
So
is the cleric.
my
there's a
rogue,
melee variant of that too called I forget what it's called, but barbarians and fighters use it.
it's something to do with two-handed weapons. I think
Yeah.
not great weapon fighting.
Hmm.
Yeah, usually you pair it with like sentinel, but you can take certain things that give you plus to your attack rolls that fight against it. With my rogues, well, one of my rogues, I took one level of fighter and took the archer fighting style, which gives you a +2 to any ranged attack rolls. So sharpshooter only gives me a -3, but +10 damage. Plus he gets a +10 to his attack rolls from proficiency and his dexterity modifier and everything. So even with the -3, he's still getting a +7 to whatever his base roll is. +10 damage to both of his shots with the crossbow.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts. It's a little
Averaging like 40 to 50 damage, not count. Well,
at what level?
His like 6.
Legit. That's pretty nuts.
Gonna be 7 here soon.
So
I know, and he can walk on walls now, which is absurd for a ranged fighter.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
he got a
Dampier.
bunch of dark gifts.
Oh, so Jesse's favorite's the cleric. What's your guys' favorite cleric to play? Because you guys know mine. Mine, the warlock cleric multi-class, is just OP. It's just stupid how much damage that thing can put out and how much it can heal. Like if you go life cleric first and you take the heavy armor and then you go into a warlock and you just have that eldritch blast with the hex and you have your spell slots and you get your spell slots on a short rest, you have an unlimited regeneration cleric that can just heal DPS, just take everything, can frontline heal with crossbow master, so nothing is at disadvantage, and you just go nuts. So if you go like human, what is it? That variant human, you have variant human warlock or life cleric warlock like level 8, and you're just a monster.
Tempest cleric is a lot of fun.
Oh, Thor.
That's my favorite cleric to play as. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when you played that one. That one was legit.
My favorite cleric I've played has to be my Forge Domain. I dig the Forge Domain cleric a lot.
I haven't seen that one yet.
It's a very tanky cleric build. Frontline, less capability ranged, but it's just a really good class for being up front and assisting. Not necessarily dealing a ton of damage.
Utility.
It's more of it's a utility healing cleric build. I like to play a lot of utility when I'm playing spellcasters. So I play my Forge Domain more on the spellcaster side for utility and defensive. I want to play a Twilight Cleric. They seem absurdly broken. So I want to try it out, but I'd have to say since I haven't played that, it's Forge Domain.
So what do you mean? So when you say utility as a Forge Cleric, what are you doing, like crowd control, or what are you doing?
No, you build shit like you build like armor for people like in battle. You can give them like a +1 weapon and
starting off with your domain. When you get it, you can forge magic weapons and armor for your party, as well as I forget the advanced spell list for Forge Domain, but it's a lot of utility spells.
Oh, you get like heat metal is one of them, and a bunch of other stuff.
Heat metal is legit.
I love heat metal.
Heat metal's amazing
on players.
To
make them freak out.
Do PvP in heat metal, just like
just touch them and run, just spam and get out. But no, fortunately, I take a lot of utility because you can be up front. I mean, give your Forge Domain heavy armor +1 shield. Give your other magic weapon to your barbarian. bless him,
Dude, +1
you're not
shield is
taking damage.
OP. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That is.
Give yourself a
Oh.
+1 shield. Your barbarian a +1 great axe. Let him deal damage. You're there just as a tank. Tap him with bless and chill out.
It's pretty
That would be interesting. I
fast.
wonder how like a celestial warlock / forge domain cleric would work as like a multi-class, right? Because you have all the healing from the celestial warlock where you get a lot of your healing spells that you would as a life cleric. One of the most important things about a life cleric warlock multi-class though is the bonus to healing from the life cleric. But in this case, I would say the utility with the +1 shield on the Forge Cleric first, and you could use all of that utility, be frontline, go Crossbow Master with Variant Human, and you still have all of the damage as a Warlock, plus you can crowd control plus spell slots back. That would be an interesting one.
Yeah.
Of course,
I mean,
you multi-class anything with Warlock and it just becomes OP, right? So because you get spell slots back. Yeah,
Warlock
exactly.
Rogue doesn't make sense.
Well, Hex Warlock Rogue would be pretty legit. The Scorpion Hex Warlock, where you can teleport to any of the characters that you have marked.
Kind of. There's
Dude,
rogue subclasses
teleport
that can do
backstab.
that already.
Teleport backstab.
There's rogues that can do that anyway.
All right, whatever. Hex Warlock, that's one that I really want to try my hand at one of these days, is to do a teleport Hex Warlock. Do like a
if you want to do a backstab rogue, do a Shadow Monk rogue.
I don't know. I'm having fun with my healers and my casters. Like my Celestial Warlock is kind of nailed in, like dialed in. Like I'm having a lot of fun with it. I do want to try something new. I did add some more utility to this character. I think. I don't know. I just got a Bard shirt though for my Amazon membership, so I might have to try Bard next. I don't know. Amazon's yelling at me to try Bard.
For me, Rogue number 1, second is Wizard, and then third is Cleric. On my top 3 classes to play.
Sorcerer was pretty legit.
Sorcerer's cool. I really want to play Wild Magic just to wreak havoc for my party.
On yourself.
Everything. Turn my barbarian into a stool in the middle of combat.
All right.
Well, say Paladin, Wizard,
Paladin, Wizard, Cleric.
Yeah.
Mine. I didn't have any fun playing Druid. I haven't figured out my Druid that I should play yet for my personality. So I think my favorite so far have been Warlock first, Sorcerer second, Cleric third. Are my 3 favorite classes so far.
I know how much you like playing Spellcaster, and kind of keeping a little distance. I would recommend trying Circle of Stars.
Circle of Stars?
Less wild shape,
is really good.
more Spellcaster build is Circle of Stars.
Okay. Yeah, I can check it out.
You get rid of wild shape and you use your starry form. You stay humanoid and spellcast out of it. And it just gives you buffs. Like you can take starry form.
So Boomkin.
You can take form of the archer. It gives you +2 to all ranged attack, including spellcasting attack, ranged attacks, and a bunch of range damage buffs. You can take starry form of the chalice, and it gives you a + to your healing and allows you to heal 2 targets essentially with it.
Okay.
Whenever you cast a healing spell, and you activate it on a bonus action.
Okay. All right. Well, here I'm gonna go ahead and cut the stream here. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Thank you guys for joining us at the Banshee's Wail again. Jake, you still on for Thursday night in 2 days?
Isn't today Wednesday?
Or tomorrow? Yeah.
Aren't we doing Curse of Straw Drop?
I mean, yes. I don't know if you want to do your one shot after. Did you build the one shot, or do you still need help with that?
Should we just move that out to next week then? Next Thursday?
Yeah, let's just move that out to next week.
Yeah, I can help you build the one shot this week.
We haven't talked about when the next stream is. Is that going to be next Thursday? Yeah, we'll just
We
call
can
it
do next Thursday stream.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'll do one the Sunday after that as well.
Sounds good. We can pick our Sunday one back up.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So thank you everybody for tuning in. Looks like next Thursday night. Jake, is it going to be another 6:30 p.m. Arizona time?
Yes.
All right, cool. So that's going to be 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 p.m. Arizona time. Thank you, everyone. Have a great night. Always happy to help,
And a
Jesse.
happy holiday.
Thanks for tuning in. Take care, everybody.
Thank you all.
Happy
Merry
Have
holidays,
a happy,
everyone.
safe holiday. Take some time and rest with your family. Thank you, everyone.